Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hawk Bowl, Xaverian, Massachusetts. Tonight's Division I matchup between longtime bitter rivals, the Boxers of Brockton and the Xaverian Hawks. I'm Leo Genatasio, along with Orlando Galvao, the postman Mike Simmons on the production, along with Curtis Reese. Tonight, Orlando, we talk about one of the preeminent rivalries that have dated back almost a half a century. The Boxers of Brockton, the Hawks of Xaverian. You're talking about close to 20 state championships, and what longtime Herald, legendary columnist Danny Ventura says was the best football rivalry in New England.
Yeah, obviously you said Xaverian, Massachusetts. You're trying to be sarcastic, and I don't blame you for calling it because they rule here in Westwood. But, right, Xaverian, a top-notch program, the defending state champions, top program in the state. They are what Brockton used to be, and what Brockton is trying to be when you build a program. And obviously, they don't play in the regular season no more, so we got playoff action here. But with all things considered, Leo, it all starts brand new tonight, right? 0-0.
So let's talk a little bit about this rivalry. It dates back 3 coaches for Brockton: Armin Colombo, Peter Colombo, actually 4 coaches. Jermaine Wiggins and Jilson Silva for Xaverian, George McCabe, the legendary Charlie Stevenson, and now Al Fanaro. The rivalry started with runs. Orlando. Brockton won the first 6 matchups, culminating in 1992 with Brockton defeating Xaverian twice that season, a nationally ranked Xaverian team. Alan Bursey with a kick at the end of the game. Brockton was down 17-0 at the half. Brockton stormed back with touchdowns by Lucian Belanger, Michael Bourne, and finally a kick by Bursey to win a Super Bowl.
Right, so many good games, and how can you forget Peter Harris gashing the Xaverian Hawks here for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Memorable games. Like you said, it started off where Brockton had the clear advantage, and then didn't end it so good because now Xaverian clearly got the upper hand, I believe, 24-15.
So the rivalry in the mid-'90s, like we said, Brockton had a few wins in 94 and 96 where they culminated in a Super Bowl in 1996. Xaverian, after that, really ran over Brockton for a few years, winning 5 out of 6, then 7 out of 8. But Brockton stopped that run in 2005, defeating Xaverian again in a Super Bowl at Marciano Stadium, 14-7. A junior Penn touchdown in the fourth quarter made it 14-0. Charlie Stevenson team came back. They had a chance to tie the game. Chris Fox had a ball in the end zone, went through his hands, and Brockton was able to hold on. Since then, the rivalry, Orlando, one-sided. Xaverian, it was about 15-15. Now it's 24-15. Brockton with a lone victory in 2012. Another one later on in the 2000s when Amit Watterson ran wild here. But it's been a rivalry controlled by Xaverian.
Yeah, besides 2 games, it's been kind of lopsided. Games have been over pretty much at halftime. And that's been the case for Brockton versus Xaverian. Some people will say a rivalry, but a lot of people say it ain't a rivalry when a team is constantly knocking you off the field in and out, right?
So the teams are no longer playing each other. Xaverian is off Brockton's roster. The only way they will face each other is in the playoff like we have tonight. Xaverian comes in tonight with 5 wins and uncustomary 3 losses. Their schedule, they started out the season with a win against Bishop Feehan, 35-14. They followed that up with a thumping of Everett, 56-27. A loss to Springfield Central, 28-20. A close loss against Catholic Memorial, 40-37. A surprising loss to BC High, 30-13. With back-to-back wins against Malden Catholic, 35-13. And St. John Shrewsbury, 56-13. What are we looking for from Xaverian tonight?
Well, what we're looking for, right? We start off with that sophomore quarterback, sensational. Will Wood. This kid is a problem on the ground, and he can really throw that ball too. And a lot of people will say, Xaverian lost to BC High, but they can say they didn't have probably one of their best players, Vincent Busa. We got to watch out for this guy, man. Dynamic running back, linebacker, very good player, and he's back tonight after missing a couple of games.
Xaverian's offensive line anchored by, it's a big one, their senior center, Greg Dankers at 5'8", 205. At guard, Evan Lindblom, He's 6'2", 280. The other guard, Marty Barnes, at 6'3", 295. And the bookend tackles, Will Anderson, 6'4", 305, a junior. And Gino Giagoso at 5'11", 225. So a younger offensive line.
Yeah, Xaverian, always good up front, massive and big, tough, and they will play kind of like old school football and try to wear you down, run on you, and next thing you know, they're going for the deep shot.
So the Boxers come in tonight on a modest 3-game win streak, Orlando. They have beaten last week. They beat Durfee 28-21, a game that you told me beforehand you were nervous about, and you were right. Brockton was up 28-7. Luke Turco went down with an injury. C.J. Tyler filled in admirably, rushing for 100 yards. And Brockton, 15 penalties for over 100 yards, a game that they were lucky to hold off the Hilltoppers at the end of the game.
Yeah, make no mistake, Leo, penalties has been a problem. And tonight, if you're going to have any chance of winning this game, you got to limit your penalties, if any. And you got to play smart football as well. Execution is physically, we know Brockton can probably play with anybody.
They match up with everyone.
Physically, right? But when it comes down to execution, can Brockton match up with these Xaverian Hawks? I mean, we're talking about the defending state champions. We're not talking about the Durfee Hilltoppers here. No disrespect to Durfee.
When we talk about the 2024 Brockton Boxers, it starts and ends with Luke Turco. He's an all-scholastic this year. He's rushed for 1,000 yards.
Good evening, fans.
He's rushed for 7 yards a carry.
Just a reminder that the restrooms are open inside the Simone lobby.
And he may be out tonight.
Well, that's a big one. Luke is the heart and soul of this team, their best player offensively and maybe defensively too. So we haven't seen him in warm-ups. And for Brockton, that's just devastating news because you're going up against a juggernaut, and you need just about all hands on deck. But next man up, right? Ever heard that phrase?
The Boxer offensive line's a big one. Jaden Seal, the senior, 6 foot, 270. Henry Hank Morse, the senior center, 6'3", 295. Devin DeVega, the senior guard, 5'11", 355. Tackle, Nathan Berthany, 6'4", 365. And junior tackle, Cash Petway, 6'5", 405. It's a good offensive line, Orlando. When they're playing and they're into the game, they've been dominant at times.
You look at that offensive line, you say, teams should have a hard time dealing with this, right? And you wonder, offensive line like that, probably one of the biggest in the state, if not. They're going to need every bit of that tonight, I'll tell you.
At times, they've been absolutely dominant. At times, there's been too many penalties, too many offsides, too many illegal man downfield, stuff that's driving Coach Jolson Silva crazy. And we're going to get to the national anthem, and we'll be ready to play some football. Awaiting here the national anthem before the coin toss.
Yeah, well, I think we got Xaverian. They're going to come out into the field, obviously, to their customary X is going to get at you. So I expect that to happen pretty soon. And I talked to the fans before the game. They're confident.
They should be.
They're confident. So
this isn't 1992 for Brockton again. If Brockton's going to win this football game, it's going to be something they haven't done this season, which has been play error-free, consistent, smash mouth with little mistakes. Brockton has got some consistent play from their quarterbacks off Marcio Semedo. Orlando, I think the last 3 or 4 games, he's played his best football. He's shown some accuracy. He's shown some strength at arm. He's putting that ball into places where the wide receivers have to really just get their hands on the ball to catch it.
Yeah, you got to remember, the kid is just a sophomore. He's learning on the fly. He's been spectacular this year. And we're going to have Xaverian coming out in the field right now. Make no mistake, no disrespect to Brockton opponents this year. They play a lot of good teams, but you haven't played a team like Xaverian.
So Brockton comes in at 4-4. We talked about some of their games this season. They opened the season up with a loss to Barnstable, a game. We've said it on every broadcast where they had a need to win the football game. They threw the ball. The ball was intercepted, returned, and Barnstable scored on a long 3rd down play. Brockton followed that up the next week with a loss to Lincoln Sudbury, a game where Brockton had a chance to win it late. Unfortunately, breaks didn't go their way. After a win against Lawrence, another game against Andover Orlando, Brockton got out to a 14-3 lead. Andover mounted a comeback. Brockton had a chance at a 4th down again, down by 3, unable to get it down. So we've talked about this before. Brockton easily could be a 7-1 football.
Yeah, you talk to people in Brockton, they feel like they should be 7-1. 3 games, the Franklin loss, I'll get that. I mean, 35-7, you got beat pretty bad there. But the other 3 losses, especially the one that hurt the most was the Barnstable game, because all you had to take was a knee. And the Andover, you're in the red zone, 1:43 left, and you're doing a double reverse in a crucial situation on 4th and 3-4 yards. And the Lincoln Sudbury, pretty much the same story, in position to win the game. So Brockton, like you say, can easily be 7-1.
So again, the Boxers will be in the Division I playoff. Leo Genatasio, along with Orlando Galvale, the postman Mike Simmons, Curtis Reese on the production. We're at Brockton Community Access. You can catch us on the Brockton channels. So the Boxers, without Luke Turco, looked like in the starting lineup. Will go to sophomore C.J. Tyler, who last week ran for 99 yards, 2 touchdowns on 18 carries. He's slight of height, but Orlando, he runs hard through that hole. He has good vision. Seems like he's tough to pick up for some of the linebackers and D-backs.
Yeah, either him or Casey Rhodes. Let's not forget about Casey Rhodes here. We don't know who's going to be out there, but it's going to be a tough one because you're relying on underclassmen to do a heavy load of work that Luke could do, and might be asking for a lot, but me
and you have talked about this before. Brockton might be a bit undermanned tonight, but Brockton plays a ton of sophomores and juniors. It's a good experience to get into a high leverage game against a team like Xaverian with underclassmen to get them playoff experience.
Xaverian easy can say, hey, stop, wait. Well, we start a sophomore quarterback as well.
Sure.
So sometimes teams like this don't want to use the "we're young" excuse because they have a lot of young players playing out there as well. You're out there, you're playing, it's 11 on 11. They don't go by who's a sophomore, who's a junior, who's a freshman. It's who can score the more points.
Brockton's led defensively this year. It's been a combination of tacklers led by Ahmad Wiggins, the senior linebacker this year, who's been really, when he's out in the football field, they're a different defense. Ahmad, 42 tackles, 8 assists. Jared Mighty, we haven't talked about him, the all-purpose, sensational all-around athlete. The safety, 33 tackles, 12 assists. He also has some punt returns for a touchdown, some receptions. Luke Turco, we may not see him on defense, 28 tackles. Ty Baker, the unheralded senior, 32 tackles, 5 assists. And, we talk about the secondary. They're going to be tested tonight by Will Woods, the sensational sophomore quarterback. At times they've been maligned out there. Sometimes the Brockton secondary has been terrific.
Yeah, but like you said, man, Will Wood is something special, isn't he? You got to be on alert for him with his legs. You got to be on alert for him throwing the ball as well because he could do that too. And they like to take deep shots. And Vincent Bosa, man, this kid is a handful. And you're probably going to hear his name being called a lot tonight.
So if the Boxers want to inflict any sort of damage on the Xaverian offense, it's going to stop with those bookend underclassmen defensive ends. Uriel Maybeen, the sophomore, and number 88, Ethan Jane Philippe. Both about 6'4", both very athletic. At times they've been dominant, Orlando. If Brockton wants to get any positive stuff in this game tonight, it's going to take some of those defensive ends, those young underclassmen, to really cause havoc in the backfield.
Right, because Xaverian, they like to grind you, right? They like to come at you, kind of play tough ball with you at the beginning, right? To see what you can bring to the table. And when you pinch in, they like to take the deep shot, releasing the tight end. So Brockton's got to be leery of that. And I have to mention there's an injury report already, and it happens to be a kid from Brockton, Micah M.D. He's going to be out tonight for the Xaverian Hawks.
So looking at that Xaverian roster, there is some Brockton. You see number 9, the running back is for Brockton, Kyle Celestin, the junior running back. And you see Brent Warren, the former great Brockton lineman from 1992,
Wow.
a Super Bowl champion, played at Syracuse, a stint in the NFL. His son, Jack Warren, a sophomore at Xaverian. So there's some Brockton flavor to this Xaverian team.
Yeah, I did see him out there, Brett Warren. How can you miss him, right?
Not used to seeing him in Xaverian blue.
All right.
So it looks like Brockton has won the toss, and usually this year they have deferred. We're a few seconds away from opening kickoff after the national anthem. The Brockton band is here tonight, and we're just, like we said, moments away from this MIAA Division I playoff.
Please rise, remove your hats, and turn your attention toward the scoreboard end of the field. Our flag flies in memory of Sergeant Adam Kennedy, Xaverian Brothers class of 2001, and in honor of all who have given their lives in service to our country. This evening, our national anthem will be performed by the Xaverian Brothers X-Men.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So, back here at the Expo, Westwood, Mass. Leo Genotasio along with Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese on the production, Brockton Community Access. You can catch us on the Brockton channels. We're live tonight for the Division I playoff between longtime rivals. There's the Hawks of Xaverian, an 8-time Super Bowl champion, and the Boxers of Brockton, an 11-time Super Bowl champion, and 18-time state champion. The
Right.
Boxers have won and deferred. Oh, they actually may have lost. I apologize. Brockton lost the toss. They'll receive, it looks like, at the north end of the end zone for Xaverian kicking. It looks like it will be number 41 will be the kicker. 43 will be Luke Bell back deep for the Boxers. It looks like we have Tyler Lopes Ribeiro and Jared Mighty, and that ball will go out of bounds.
Be a penalty.
No,
Looked
they
like
got.
it went out of bounds. Okay.
Well, the ball bounced into the end zone for a touchback. The kick will give the Boxers first down.
Blue Bell's kickoff.
Yeah, I was down in the field before the game. You can't tell Brockton's the 14 seeds, Xaverian's the 3rd seed. A lot of energy out there from the Brockton Boxers when I was down in the field.
So the Boxers have been customary in that pistol this year with 3 wide. It's usually been either Turco, Rhodes, or Tyler. Looks like Tyler will be the featured back in this opening series as Xaverian looks like they're going to look. It's going to be in a 50 front with the 2 linebackers and a couple safeties back. The Boxers will come out with Tyler as the lone back with 2 receivers, and it looks like we're going to have senior Christian Flaherty. They switched it to the eye. So the handoff will go to Tyler. He's up the middle, and he keeps those legs moving. It's a modest 2-yard gain. And the tackle will be led by number 1, Dave Chivagato from Xaverian.
Yeah, number 8, Vincent Busa back for the Hawks for tonight. He missed a couple of games. Very good linebacker and also excellent running back.
So that hole was stuffed awfully quick by the Xaverian linebackers. It looks like it's about 2nd and 8 for the Boxers at their own 22.5-yard line. As they remain, it looks like in an offset high, as Tyler will be the deep back with Christian Flaherty. It's going to be a wide handoff to Tyler. He jumps outside and nothing doing. And that is stopped quickly by Xaverian. And that's Luke Bell.
Yeah, Luke Bell said not only I can kick, I can make some tackles too, and a big loss for Brockton that time.
So the 4-yard loss will put Brockton where they don't want to be in this opening drive, a 3rd and long.
Combining on that tackle.
So those active, we talked about it before, the active linebackers from Xaverian already giving that Brockton offensive line some trouble.
Yeah, he shot right through the gaps, basically unblocked and able to make the tackle. Tyler had no chance of going nowhere.
So the Boxers in a throwing situation here. Looks like they're going to come out with 2 wide receivers, the fullback.
I'm surprised Brockton is not in the shotgun here.
And they remain under center. They haven't been under center a lot this year. And it's going to be a fake. They're going to take a shot. It's going to be a throw underneath. And it's going to be a completed pass for a modest 5-yard gain. Caught nicely. Is that the tight end Hodge? It is. And Brockton will have to punt.
Yeah, he took a shot at the end of that play too. Short gain and Brockton 3 and out.
I like that play call on a 3rd and short, Orlando. When a 3rd and long, that's a tough play to the tight end to complete 12 yards. So the Boxers will be punting. Is it Danny DePina? And Xaverian looks like they'll get good field position. Back for Xaverian back will be Christian McIntyre, number 15, the junior. And it looks like number 3, Killian Devlin.
Yeah, Brockton on the snaps have not been good this year, so want to be perfect
Snap's
here.
good. And the kick, it's going to be a decent one. It's angled off, and Xaverian will get.
Watch out here.
Chivagato has room. He takes it up the sideline. He makes someone miss. And the tackle. And Xaverian will get terrific field position at the Brockton 34-yard line.
Excellent return, short punt, and Xaverian set up beautifully.
So we're under 10 minutes of the first quarter of a 0-0 game. Brockton, their first possession goes 3 and out. Xaverian will take over with fantastic field position at the Brockton, looks like the 34-yard line, as the Hawks will have their first possession of the game.
Yeah, if you're Coach Sylvia, this is not what you wanted early to start this game.
I don't think Brockton's going to be able to line up man for man and run right at Xaverian. I think Coach Barrett's going to have to get creative tonight and get some plays downfield. So Xaverian's going to come right to the line of scrimmage. They will be on an offset eye, 2 wide receivers, and the deep back. And the handoff, it's going to be a fake. Wood has a ton of times. He takes
Watch
a run,
out here.
and he has a ton of room and space. He's up the sideline, and he will go all the way down as he shows great athleticism. Untouched down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, we told you about Wood. He can hurt you with his arm, and he can hurt you with his legs there, picking up 12, putting Xaverian in the red zone.
So it looks like it'll be a close to a 17, 16-yard gain, as Xaverian will have a first down in the Brockton red zone. So Xaverian comes out in the eye with 2 receivers and a deep back. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, ton of room. Busa, and that's a shoestring tackle right there. Is that Xavier Cologne, the junior linebacker, who stopped the touchdown.
Yeah, Busa shooting right through the hole. Didn't look like he missed any games there. First game back, and again, Cologne doesn't make that tackle. He's in the end zone.
So back-to-back first down runs gives Xaverian first and goal at the Brockton 6-yard line. As it has been not the way Brockton's wanted to start this one. So the Hawks come out. They got 2 receivers to the right, a fullback, and Busa's the deep back. And it's going to go to Busa. He jumps up the middle, and Brockton with some good gain tackling right there. Looks like led by Ahmad Wiggins and Uriel Maybeam will stop that for about a 2-yard gain. And nice tackling by the Boxers.
Yeah, that time Boosa runs into a wall. Brockton able to make the stop. Hopefully we see more of that.
So the gain of about 1, maybe 1.5 will make it 2nd and goal at right around the 5-yard line as Will Wood talks to Coach. Coach Finaro called the offense. So the Hawks come out again in the eye with Booser as the deep back. And the ball's going to go right to Booser. He jumps to the outside, and he will score a Xaverian touchdown.
Yeah, 5 yards out. Booser with a burst right up the hole and lowered his shoulder at the end of it for the touchdown. 6 for Xaverian.
So that was a nice jump cut by Booser to the left, and by the time the first contact happened, it was at the 1-yard line. Just too much momentum, and he goes into the end zone for the first score of the game. The 5-yard touchdown will give the Hawks an early 6-0 lead as number 43 will come on for the kick, and that will be Luke Bell. The kick is down, and the kick is good.
Yeah, you saw right there why they're the defending state champions. Short field, you give them short field, and they capitalize it. Probably, 6 plays in the end zone, Boosa.
So both teams have had the ball once. Brockton's gone 3 and out. They punted to Xaverian. Xaverian with great field position. 5 plays later, they're in the end zone, and they lead Brockton 7-0. We're at the 7-minute, 51-second mark of the first quarter in a Division I playoff game.
Yeah, if you're Brockton, okay, you're down 7-0. How do you respond?
Try to get the momentum back.
Yeah, certainly can't respond with another 3 and out if you're Coach Sylvia. You got to get creative here, like you said, Leo.
So back deep will be Jared Mighty, always dangerous. I see Casey Rhodes back there. And looks like number Jaden Salesman, a senior running back. And that ball's going to go to Jared Mighty. He's dangerous in open field. He gets upfield. He jumps in the middle. He has room, and that's a great tackle by number 3 from Xaverian, because if he didn't make that tackle, there was a lot of space for Mighty, and that's Killian Devlin, the senior linebacker, who stopped that one.
Yeah, Xaverian always known for good special teams.
Always.
And you see there right there, nice tackle to prevent any gain from Jared Mighty.
So the Boxers will have first down at the, looks like right at the 20.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line.
As let's see what Coach Barrows has on this second series. The back will be, looks like Casey Rhodes this time, as the Boxers will go 2 receivers to the left.
Press covers by Xaverian.
And it's going to be a motion, a speed to get to Mighty. He tries to get upfield, and there's nothing doing. As that is sniffed out right away.
Again, Bell.
Dominic Funk, the junior.
By number 31, Dominic Funk.
And Dominic Funk on the tackle as well. Again, loss for Brockton.
Xaverian knows what Brockton's doing right now. Brockton's going to have to be a little bit more creative. Xaverian knows exactly what's coming at them. So the loss of 3 will make this 2nd and 13 for the Boxers. Again, we're just in the first quarter. Xaverian leading 7-0.
They take away Tyler's 2-yard gains. Brockton has gone back. And the last plays that they have run.
So
not good.
The Boxers have an H-back here. They flip the receivers to the right side with the back. The ball's going to go to Tyler. He jumps up the middle, and there's nothing doing for the Boxers.
Yeah, if you're Brockton, man, you got to try to throw the ball a little bit more. 2 plays, and you're not going nowhere there.
So the safety, Ryan Dickout, was there right there for no gain. It will be 3rd and 13 for the Boxers at their own 17-yard line, as right now it's been all Xaverian. What are you doing? You're going to need something here, Orlando. Let's see what Coach Barrows has in. The Brockton does have weapons to the outside. Guys that can, if you do not cover them, they can make you miss. And they have speed to go the whole way. So they flip those receivers back over to the left. Jared Mighty and Jaden Lopes-Ribeiro. 3rd and long.
Watch out for the blitz here.
Semato's back. He's back. He's going to take time. He's going to throw the ball down the middle. He has Lopes-Ribeiro and just out of his reach. And a good attempt by Lopes-Ribeiro.
Pass intended for number 1.
The coverage by number 15, John Breville.
McIntyre with the
Yeah,
cover.
he was step for step with Lopes. Good coverage.
And the
As you can
replay
see the
here,
replay here.
it was a good ball.
Brings up 4th down.
I mean, could have easily called a penalty too, but as you see in that replay, a Brockton player getting hit.
So the Boxers will punt. And we're going to get 5 yards on Brockton right there for an illegal procedure. So the 5 yards will put number 16 for the Boxers, the punter, Danny DeSilva, back into the end zone. So Xaverian, once again, will have terrific field position, already up 7-0, the exact opposite of how the Boxers wanted to start this one.
Obviously, no Luke Turco tonight. Got to go to the underclassmen.
Oh, snap was over his head, and DePina did a nice job. And it's actually a good punt, and the fair catch, it's actually a real benefit. He had room there. The fair catch by number 1 from Xaverian, Dave Chagado, will give Xaverian once again terrific field position.
If you're Brockton, you can't have Xaverian starting in your side of the field. 2 straight possession. That's a recipe for disaster right there, Leo.
So, second possession, first one, Xaverian marched right down the field on a long run by the quarterback. Wood followed up by Boosa runs of 10 and 5. Finished finally a 5-yard touchdown run, capped off a 5-play drive to give Xaverian a 7-0 lead. So Wood this time will have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Boosa will be the back as they are in the pistol. The Boxers look like they're in a 42 front. The ball's going to go to Boosa, and that is had him. The Brockton had him in the backfield, but Boosa keeps moving those legs, and you have a chance to make that tackle. You got to make it.
Right at the line of scrimmage, you had a chance to make the tackle. Boosa just drags you about 8 yards.
So the strong run by Boosa will make this about a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 3rd upcoming.
As Brockton was there, the missed tackle allowed Boosa to gain those extra yards.
Boosa, as you can see, doesn't look like a guy that's missed 3 games. Running hard, right at the Brockton boxes.
So around the 31-yard line, Xaverian comes out, and it looks like in the eye with 2 receivers to the right. As Boxers remain in that 43 front. And it's going to be a fake. And Wood has time, all sorts of time. He throws the ball wide open, and that will be a touchdown, Hawks.
Beautiful post pattern. Frankly, nice pitch and catch, fairly easy. 13-0 Xaverian. Not good for the Boxers here.
So it was a nice fake. We see it right here. Wood sold it nicely. No pressure from the Boxers. And it's a post pattern that is missed coverage right there. And he goes in for the easy touchdown as Xaverian will go up 13-0, pending the extra point at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter of this MIAA Division I playoff game. The kick is down, and it is good.
Point after attempt is good for Luke Bell.
So, at the 4-minute and 54-second mark of the first quarter, Xaverian's had 2 possessions. Both have been inside Brockton territory. Both have resulted in fairly easy drives of touchdown run by Boosa and a long touchdown pass by Will Wood.
Yeah, simple. You can't have a team like Xaverian starting in your side of the field 2 possessions in a row. It's not a good way to start the game. And
we talked about it this year about, Mando, the first halves of Brockton games. They just haven't played emotional football. This isn't the first time we've seen something like this.
Yeah.
To Coach Silva's credit, they have came out in the second half and played better football. But against Xaverian, you're taking a chance of being down. So Jared Mighty has room up the sideline. He breaks a run, and he is going to have decent field position as he crossed the 25, close to the 27 where he is brought down.
yeah, that's been Brockton's best offense so far. Jared Mighty kick return. Brockton's yet to get a first down. You don't want to see a replica of what I saw a game here years back when Brockton didn't get a first down until late in the third quarter.
Well, like we talked about, this has been a series dominated by the Hawks since 2013. Brockton with 1 lone win a few years ago where they come in here and scored 45 points. But since then, Xaverian has dominated this rivalry. Not much Brockton can do about it. So the Boxers come out 1st and 10 at their own, looks like their own 25-yard line. Semedo will be in the pistol. Looks like Tyler will be the lone back. The Boxers with 3 receivers, 2 to the right. And it's going to be a handoff to Tyler. He tries to jump up the middle, and there's nothing doing. Xaverian is just too much for the Brockton offensive line right now.
Yeah, nowhere to run. Right when he got the ball, a guy's right in front of his face.
So the gain of a half a yard will leave Brockton 2nd and 9 as we are underneath 5 minutes of this first quarter. Xaverian leading 14-0. Leo Genatasio along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman Simmons, and Curtis Reese on the production as we are here for playoff football for the first time in 2 years for Brockton. So the Boxers come out with Tyler as the lone back. Again, Luke Turco not playing tonight as they are playing press man coverage. And Brockton, you know, just stuff you can't do 9 games. You can't do it in a playoff game, but you can't be doing it 9 games into the season.
Now, we talked about this earlier, penalties. It's not going to help you out, certainly not going to help you out when you're down 14-0 here in the first quarter.
So this 5-yard penalty will push Brockton back to a 2nd and looks like 15 at their own 21. The clock running as Semedo talks to Coach Silva. As we talked about this, Orlando, when you don't have Xaverian, St. John's Prep, and BCI on your roster, you're not used to the speed of the game that these guys from Xaverian play. And even when we lost to Xaverian during those years, we matched up well physically later on in the season because of playing the competition. So in the pistol is Semedo. The inside handoff will go to Tyler. He jumps up, and there's nothing. Absolutely nowhere to go.
Man
And
handled, gang tackle, nowhere to go.
Number 51, Brendan Berube, Peter Mateos, and a host of other Hawks.
Yeah, timeout Brockton here.
As Coach Silva and the rest of the gang are going to have to talk to Brockton because right now they're getting pants right now, Orlando. They are getting pushed around with nothing to say.
Facing a real good team, Leo. The defending state champions, Xaverian Hawks. Early stages of this game, it's not going too good for Brockton. And first things first, you got to get a first down before you can do anything.
The Boxers are 3rd and 15. They're in a timeout. I mean, what do you draw up here?
Good question.
So the Boxers very close to giving the ball back to Xaverian for a 3rd time in their own territory. Do not want to go down 21-0 in the first quarter. So Xaverians come out with a lot of emotion, and they've been just the more physical football team. So Semedo in quads, 3rd and 14. Semedo's back. He has time. He throws the ball. It's caught in the edge room, and he's going to go down the sideline. That's Shamon Williams. He stays on his feet, and he may go the distance. That is a big play for the Boxers.
And how Brockton's going to respond. A missed tackle that time by Xaverian leads to a long passing play to Williams. Brockton in the red zone.
Shamir Williams has not had a lot of playing time this year, but made a man miss right there. And you see him go down the sideline for the long 70-yard gain for the Boxers.
Wow.
So the first down at the 11-yard line as Brockton tries to get back into this football game.
Little confusion this time by Brockton out there.
So the Boxers in the pistol. Looks like Casey Rhodes will be the back. And it's going to be a ball in speed motion, and there's nowhere to go.
Can't dance when you get that ball.
Nowhere to go. And, yeah, he was dancing.
You cannot dance when you get the ball.
Head down. And that was Casey Rhodes. So the Boxers lose 3 on the play.
Officially a loss of 3 on the play.
And the Boxers, after that big play, will be down to a 2nd and 13. We talked about this all year. Semedo has an arm to put the ball into places that a lot of quarterbacks don't. He has ability to throw the ball into tight windows, He's going to have to do that tonight. He just did. He's going to have to do it a lot more.
Sophomore for Brockton. Every time you look at him, you can see the promise. You can see that going forward, he could be a special player for Brockton.
So the Boxers at a 2nd and 15. 13, I apologize. We're under 2 minutes of the first quarter. Xaverian up 14-0. Looks like Tyler will be the back as the Boxers go out in quads. Semato's back. He's going to throw the ball. He's
Got
looking
him.
for Semato. Oh, and just over Jaden Losabero's head. It was a nice throw. Jaden Losabero either did not pick it up or just a tad out of his reach, as the Boxers now will have 3rd and 13. Is this 4-down territory or you kick a field goal?
Definitely 4-down territory here, but it also depends how many yards you can get here, right? Brockton's got a very good field goal kicker, but 3 points is not going to help you versus the Xaverian Hawks, Leo.
So Casey Rhodes goes off. We'll see what Brockton comes out this time. We're probably going to see 4 wide receivers. Brockton's showing a few different formations today. Trips to the left, 2 to the right. And they've also had 2 H-backs in the game. So let's see what the Boxers have here. They're going to throw Jared Mighty, Jaden Los Ribeiro, and Jaden Wooten. Semato's back. He has time. He throws the ball. It's caught. And it's a nice play. A gain of about, looks like a gain of about 5. A good throw and the catch. And the Boxers look like they will send out the field goal team. Field goals aren't going to beat Xaverian.
Yeah, this is questionable right here.
And Busa in on the tackle.
Frankly, I would go for it.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't agree with this call at all. If you don't make it, Xaverian gets the ball right there. 3 points is not going to cut it, Leo.
So the modest gain gives Brockton about a 4th down and 7 at the Xaverian 10. Danny DePina has been accurate this year as he will go for the 27-yard field goal. The snap is down. It's high. The kick is no good. So the snap was high, and it just, Danny DePina got off his rhythm right there, and the kick is wide, and Brockton had a long gain. Looked like they had a chance to get back into the game right there. After 3 plays, the wide kick gives Xaverian the ball back at the 15-yard line.
Again, I question the call. You got 4th and about 6, 7. You got to go for the first down. You got to go for the touchdown. 3 points is not going to cut it in this game, and I'm very surprised that they went for that.
So Xaverian will take the ball. First time tonight they've had the ball in their own territory. They have the ball at the 19-yard line as they gain 4 yards after the missed kick.
Yeah. And I'm also considering the way you haven't been stopping Xaverian offensively either. So that call going for the field goal is kind of surprising.
Xaverian will be in the eye with Luke Bell at the back. There's going to be
offsides in Brockton.
So let's see. There's a flag down. And we'll get a false start as Xaverian will be pushed back 5 yards.
On the offense.
As let's see if the Boxers can force Xaverian into a mistake here. We are just about at the end of the first quarter. The Hawks leading the Boxers 14-0.
Brockton gets a nice momentum with a long pass play and does nothing with it after that.
They're just a different team without Luke Turco. As good as those younger backs are, they're still sophomores. And Luke's one of the better running backs in Massachusetts. And they're just a different team.
Yeah, we're talking about a 1,000-yard rusher. Not playing tonight. Your leading tackler.
Almost 8 yards a carry. They're just a different football team. So at the end of the first quarter here at the Hawk Bowl in Westwood, Mass., Xaverian leads Brockton 14-0.
play
So we were not at the end of the first quarter. We apologize. Xaverian had one more play. They ran the clock, and it's going to be a long first down run for Xaverian, as now we'll be at the end of the first quarter. The Hawks, on that first down run, will get the ball to about the 32-yard line
which is enough for a Hawks.
for a Xaverian first down. So I don't know why the clock doesn't run after the first down, but it has not. There was no timeout.
Hey, went out of bounds. High school
So,
rules.
First down for the Hawks. They're in the eye. And it's going to be a fall to the fullback. And Brockton does a decent job of stopping that. It looks like Nathan Jean-Philippe along with
Luke Bell carries straight ahead.
Xavier Cologne. So for the third time now, Orlando, the end of the first quarter from the Hawk Bowl. Xaverian leading Brockton 14-0. Welcome back to the Hawk Bowl in Westwood, Mass. The Division I state champions Xaverian Hawks are hosting the Brockton Boxers in tonight's Division I playoff. Xaverian with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. A Vincent Busa touchdown run and a Will Wood touchdown pass. Brockton did have a long conversion on third down, a long 70-yard touch pass down to the 11-yard line. On a fourth down field goal attempt was wide. Xaverian takes the ball back after a penalty. The long run will leave them at second and about 5 at their own 36.5-yard line.
Xaverian's looking real good right now and in position to build their lead.
So Wood in the pistol. The ball's going to be handed off. Brockton had a chance to make a stop there. And the missed tackle.
Yeah, Jackson, you got to make that tackle.
It was an arm tackle.
Arm tackle.
Can't arm
Senior,
tackle.
when your senior offensive lineman's doing that, that's not good.
So the Boxers had him in the backfield. Unfortunately, we're not able to make the tackle. Xaverian first down at their own 42 as they get closer to midfield.
Yeah, we got scores around the MIAA playoffs today. End of one, BC High's up 7-0 on Andover. Good game there.
So Wood will be in the pistol with one back, Busa. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Busa's going to get the ball. He jumps up the middle as Brockton makes the tackle, and it looks like it's Ahmad Wiggins with the modest 3-yard gain and the tackle by Wiggins.
Yeah, Jackson again had a clear shot at Busa. You can't be arm tackling tonight.
So let's give them 4 on there. 2nd and 6 for the Hawks as they make some changes. Luke Bell comes back into the game as they can do just about anything for midfield here. We can watch Wood on an option, Wood on a play action. He's dangerous. So they're in the eye here. The Boxers will have the safeties near the box and that 43 front. And we'll see the flag. We don't know what the call is. It could be a delay of game. And the 5-yard penalty for Xaverian will move that back 5 yards, as Xaverian now will have a 2nd and 11 at their own 40-yard line.
It seems like every time Xaverian goes 5 yards back, they go 10 yards forward. So
when you're averaging 10 yards of play, they don't really worry about that. So the Hawks now, Wood will talk it over with the offensive coordinator. He'll come back over. Looks like we're at about a 2nd and 12 as Brockton really wants to get them to a 3rd and long.
After the penalty brings up 2nd and almost 12.
As Wood will be in the pistol with the one back, Busa. The snap's back. He has time, all sorts of time. He jumps up in the pocket. He looks deep. He has someone there, and he will drop the ball. That was a perfectly thrown ball. And number 1, Dave Sugarvagato was unable to secure it, but he was there.
Sugarvagato was there, and the ball was perfectly thrown, uncharacteristic. We'll see the play here. What a throw by Wood right into the
he's gotta catch that.
arms of Chivagato. And
Fortunate
wow.
for the Boxers, they have Xaverian at 3rd and long. Let's see if they can get off the football field. As Xaverian, it's their first 3rd down of the game. The Boxers come out. Looks like they're going to remain in that 43 front with man coverage. Jaden Wooten's out there. Jaden Lotes Rivera on the other side. As the Boxers are giving a ton of cushion here. And it's going to be a fake. Wood has time. He throws the ball over the sideline.
Again.
And that was right through his hands because that was a first down and a lot more. So the Boxers are fortunate with 2 drops from Xaverian, and they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, the drop ball by Bryce Todd again, right in his hands. That was a bullet, and should have been caught.
And he had a lot of room.
Yep.
There was no one behind him. So we have, looks like it's Tyler and Jared Mighty back there. As the Boxers will get the ball back. Actually, I think that's Jaden Salesman, the senior running back. We haven't seen a lot of him this year. Getting an opportunity tonight. Luke Bell's the punter. Perfect snap. Here's the kick, and it's a terrific high kick as Mighty will catch it. He makes someone miss. He tries to get to the outside.
Watch out here.
He does. He's going to try to get up the sideline, and that's a good tackle by number 31. Dominic Funk, because he has to make that tackle. Mighty's gone for the touchdown.
Yeah, Mighty is dangerous, and you've seen why. Again, doesn't make that tackle. Brockton's getting their first points of the night. Brockton makes the stop, and now they're in good field position here to cut this lead in half, Leo.
The Boxers with their best field position of the night. They'll take over at the 37-yard line. They're down 14-0 of the second quarter. Xaverian's got out really fast. Brockton had an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, they missed a field goal. But after a stop, they've got a ball back here with the chance to cut this in half.
I'm almost on the – I'm saying throw the ball, Band of the run, just throw the ball.
So they motion the tight end as Semedo. The inside handoff's going to go to Tyler. And there's really nothing there.
Yeah,
You
got to start throwing the ball.
They've had their way with the Brockton offensive line. They're just – a lot of athleticism from those Xaverian linebackers are causing Brockton a ton of havoc up front.
Yeah, you look at Brockton's line, massive, but yet not able to get some holes for your running back here. You have to block.
There's been nothing.
Yep.
So Xaverian, what the 2-yard looks like, no gain, maybe a yard loss. Brockton with a 2nd and 10 as we creep under 10 minutes here at the Hawk Bowl. So Marcio Semedo talks it over to Coach Silva. Coach Barros is up top tonight, not on the sideline. The offensive coordinator.
Yeah, you see number 31, Dominic Funk.
Their linebackers are active. They're all very, very
That
good.
kid can play, can he?
So Brockton's had some success throwing the ball. Semedo's been accurate. He's going to have it. He has time. He looks. It's going to be a screen pass. And there was nothing there. Xaverian knew that was coming.
They sniffed that out.
Heavy pressure in the backfield. Pass is incomplete.
So that's number 7, Ethan Jean, the captain, who was right there. There was really nothing for the Boxers to gain. So 3rd and 10 for Brockton. They've had 1 first down tonight. That was on a long Shamir Williams catch and run down to the Xaverian 11.
Yeah, what's killing Brockton now is the first downs. You're not getting nothing on first downs. It's setting you up for 3rd and longs. You got to get something on first down. It's been backwards or short yardage on first down, and now you're forced with a 3rd and long 10.
So let's see what the Boxers here. It looks like they are going to go 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Jaden Los Rivera. The lone back looks like it's Casey Rhodes. The snap is good. Semedo has time. He looks. He jumps up in the pocket. He's going to try to run up the middle. And he makes looks like he's going to get about 8 yards, but he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. What do you do here, Orlando?
I think you got to probably punt that ball. But not Sylvia, but we'll see what they do here.
I don't think you can give Xaverian the ball back here either, but they are going to look like they're going to go for it. It's 4th and 3. Because I like it. Coach Silver's not here. He doesn't care about what it ends up. He wants to win
it's very interesting, though. You didn't go for the first down when you're in the red zone and you're going for the First down here. So I'm a little bit confused about that.
Young coach.
Yep.
Young coach in his first season. He'll learn from it. So 4th down and 2.5 for the Boxers. They haven't got anything on the ground. Maybe they're going to try to draw him off sides. I don't think giving the Xaverian the ball back at the 45 is something that's going to be advantageous for the Boxers. So 3 receivers to left, and Brockton,
timeout.
maybe they're going to look at the defense, see what they have, and make a different decision. So after the timeout, we're under 8 minutes of the first half. Brockton is down 14-0.
So going back to that 4th down and 6.
Well, you're right, Orlando. If you don't make it, they have the ball at about the 11-yard line. If you miss the field goal, you actually gain yards from the placement of the ball. And what does the 3 points do? You're still down by 2 scores. The touchdown gets you right back. If you score another touchdown, you can take the lead. It's a curious call. But you know what? I think at that point, Coach Silver's saying, I just want to put points up on the board. Yep. We got the ball down deep. So Brockton talks it over on the sidelines.
Plays like this is where Luke Turkle not being out there is crucial. They rely on Luke in plays like this, and not making excuses, but he is their best player defensively and offensively, and they don't have him out there.
To be fair, though, hasn't been any holes tonight. I don't know what the 2 running backs have had no holes.
Yeah, sometimes Luke can make
his own
holes.
He does. So the box is 4th and 2. We're not able to run the ball tonight. Are going to have a bunch formation to the right. And they snap the ball. He's down. He looks to the side.
Got him.
And that's a first down. And Jaden Losabera makes somebody miss.
Yeah, that's actually mighty on a nice cut there and a good pass. And again, I've said Brockton can actually throw in this on this team. You might want to pass first, run second.
So we look at it here. It's a nice call by Coach Barrows. Another out route by Jared Mighty. He's wide open. Jaden Losavera brought the safety down with him. And Jared Mighty makes the play in Brockton. A real good play, good call. And they get a first down into the Xaverian 41.
Yeah. Our sophomore can throw the ball too. And you got to have confidence in him throwing the ball because he looks like he can get it done.
We said this all season. He's gotten better every game. Yep. Very accurate. He's calm in the pocket. Does not get happy feet. So the box is at first down as the play out of bounds will stop the clock. The Boxers change the formation a little bit. Jaden Wooten and Mighty to the left. Jared
jumps
to the right. Jaden Los Ribeiro is over there too. There's motion. The Mighty's going to get the ball. There's a nice block. He cuts it back inside.
What a tackle.
And that's just a really good football play by number 1, Dave Chivagato.
Yeah, again, he saved a long gain there. Great form on the tackle. Excellent by him.
So Xaverian has really scouted Brockton well. That's been a play that's been gained a lot of yards this season for the Boxers, but Xaverian, like we talked about, a different animal on defense.
But this is when you got to play chess. Just because he goes in motion doesn't mean you got to give him the ball.
Maybe you fake it and throw. Yeah, you're going to have to. Yep. So 2nd and 9 for the Boxers. We're under 7 minutes. The game settled a little bit for the Boxers after the first 2 touchdowns from Xaverian.
Brockton's showing a little fight here.
So Coach Silva talks to Marcio Semedo, the sophomore quarterback. There's been some success throwing the ball tonight for the Boxers. So let's see. The Boxers will go 3 to the right, 1 to the left. As they motion, they fake the motion. He has time, and he gets.
It's going to be a penalty.
I think it's going to be a motion on. I don't think Brockton ever. They never got set on that play. They came right to the line, and.
Xaverian probably
decline it, but that never had a chance. Yeah, 2 men in motion. That's again penalties that just kill Brockton in some of their drives this season.
We got a first score to score there out of town. Springfield Central, Super Bowl contender as well, up on Natick 8-7. First quarter.
Yeah, we talked about Springfield, probably the best public school program in Division I the last few years. They haven't won a Division I Super Bowl, but they've gotten there. Mm-hmm. So let's see what Brockton has here. They are down to about a third. Did they move them back 5 yards? Because the second down play gained 1 yard.
Well, so maybe did decline it. So it was a loss of.
The sack.
Yep.
The sack will move the Boxers back. to a 3rd and 13. Trips to the right, one to the left with the lone back is Casey Rhodes. Semato's back. He has a lot of time. He's going to look. He throws the ball down the middle. And Jaden Losabrero
Just stop running.
stop running. So I don't know if it's ever going to be completed, but you never want your wide receiver not finishing the play.
You see the arm strength, though, in Samato.
Does have a terrific
That was
arm.
about a 50-yard pass right there.
So the boxes, after the 4th down conversion, we're going to pump the ball back to Xaverian. We're at 5 minutes, 40 seconds at the Hawk Bowl. The Xaverian is leading the Boxers 14-0.
Yeah, after that 4th down conversion, they showed a little promise there. And then, again, penalties.
I think you're right, Orlando. I think Brockton's going to move the ball. It's going to have to be short passes. And that's a trap. It gets over his head, but let's see what he does here. He's going to have time. He's going to have to kick, and he does a nice job. Really good job. And that's going to get a good kick.
Oh, he still picks it up.
And that is a missed tackle by the box. He gets up the side.
Oh, what a hit.
Stays
Another
on his feet.
hit.
And Dave Chivagato broke 2 tackles right there. But on that high snap, Danny DePina kept his composure, was able to get the kickoff because that could have been disastrous.
Again, that part of Brockton's team has been shaky this year.
The snaps haven't been great. So the Boxers will give the ball back. Xaverian's going to have decent field position at their 34. They're going to come right out to the line of scrimmage at the 5-minute, 23-second mark of a 14-0 game. They're going to come out in the eye. Busa will be the deep back. He's going to get the ball, and there's huge space.
Watch out here.
He jumps back up the middle. He has room. He makes a guy miss. He makes a couple miss, and he just carries Boxers.
Not too many arm tackling that time for Brockton and Busa. What a good run there. And he's coming out limping, though. That doesn't look good.
So the long run, Xaverian's going to move fast. Too many arm tackles from the Boxers. They're going to go into the eye. As the ball's going to go to the deep back, he jumps up the middle, and he runs right over the linebacker. But the linebacker from Brockton, number 42, Xavier Cologne, did a nice job along with Ty Baker.
Xaverian right to the line.
As Brockton is looking over the sidelines, they have to be ready to play. And it's going to be another play that's going to get a bunch of yards before contact. As Xaverian's going fast, they catch him Brockton off guard as the last 2 runs have gone 5 yards a pop.
Brockton calls timeout.
Xaverian's really caught them off guard right there. So Xaverian goes really fast. This is such a well-coached, well-oiled machine.
Yeah, if Xaverian, if you're Brockton, you're just standing in their way of this game, and they're not going to show no pity. They're going to come right at you, and
so the Boxers very fortunate. This is only 14-0 right now, Orlando. Very, very fortunate. It feels like this is a 28-0 game. So let's see what Coach John Shelby, the defense has been tough most of this season. He's got them to play hard. But like we said, this is a different animal tonight. Xaverian is not New Bedford. They're not Durfee. They're not Barnstable. They're not even Franklin.
With the 21-7 lead in their playoff.
they're the defending state champions.
So the Division I state champs they are, as they have a 14-0 lead on the Boxers. As Brockton, again, out without their best football player, Luke Turco, who's out with a hamstring injury. Really hurts Brockton, not only on the offense, but defensively at that safety position. He is their leading tackler, along with Ahmad Wiggins. So 1st and 10 for the Boxers to slow everything down. The Hawks replace Busa as they remain in the eye, and that's going to go, and Anderson, Will Wood keeps it.
Too easy.
And that is just...
Wood keeps it. Touchdown, Hawks.
So many plays in their arsenal. That time they gave you a different look. Will keeps it. Will Wood keeps it for the touchdown, untouched. 20-0
He had
Xaverian.
Jaden Wood just fooled completely. Jaden Wood, Wooten right here. Let's watch the play, Orlando. As Wood fakes it, look at Jaden Wooten right there. He turned the wrong way. He doesn't play a lot of defense, but Will Wood just showed great athleticism. He goes untouched on the option play as the Boxers are down 21-0. Here's the extra point by Bell. The snap is down. The kick is, that's good.
Now it's 21-0.
So at the 4-minute 31-second mark of the second quarter, the Boxers have been completely dominated on both sides of the ball as Xaverian has jumped out to a 21-0 lead here at the Hawk Bowl.
Yeah, like you said, Leo, this could be more. It feels like it could be more.
I don't mind losing, Lando. I just want to see physical football. You can lose. Sometimes the other team's better. I don't want to see arm tackles and lack of aggression. I don't want guys running by you.
I've seen a lot of that.
If he doesn't option the ball, he doesn't option the ball. Try to make the tackle. So it's going to be a little squib kick. They're not kicking it to Jared Mighty. He's got to field that ball, and he doesn't. So the misplay by the Boxers, he thought it was going out of bounds. So the Boxers' special team mistake.
And this is what you do not want. Wow.
So number 38 for the Boxers thought the ball was going to go out of bounds. He should have just fair caught it.
26.
Yeah, it was Casey Rhodes. He just thought it was going out of bounds, but unfortunately in that play you can't take any chances.
It did look like it was going out of bounds in defense to Casey Rhodes, but the ball took a Xaverian hop. They're getting all the bounces right now, and what are you going to do?
So the Hawks come right back out. They're going to go right to the line of scrimmage. Will Wood, the dual threat quarterback's going to be in the eye. The deep back looks like it's going to be Musa. He'll fakes it. They have room. There's enough room. He's going to throw the ball down the middle. Jaden Wooten is in good coverage right there as he did not leave his man. It'll be 2nd and 10 as Dave Shivagato was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Xaverian showing no mercy there. Play action and taking a deep shot, trying to extend his lead, and a great coverage that time by Wooten.
We've talked about this in the past. Xaverian in the past, when they've gotten up in Brockton, they don't take the foot off the pedal. Some of these coaches have been around when Brockton did the same thing to Xaverian years ago. So they don't forget.
Yeah, this is the playoffs.
So let's see what the Hawks have here. They're going to remain in the eye with the fullback, Bell, and Musa's the long line. It's just going to be a handoff right up the middle. And a lot of missed tackles again as he just gains way too many extra yards as Brockton is just too many missed tackles. They'll go right to the line of scrimmage after the 13-yard gain. As the handoff's going to go right again. Still a ton of yards before contact. And that tackle is going to be Ahmad Wiggins.
Yeah, a couple of Xaverian plays slowly getting up now. See what they do. How they're going to huddle now, though.
So the gain of 5 or under 4 minutes here. Xaverian up by 3 touchdowns. As the Boxers look to get off the field and try to get the ball back here in the second quarter.
Just too much power right now.
They're just too good.
Too much power from Xaverian. Just running Brockton right over. Bosa.
So not a ton of emotion on the Brockton sidelines or on the field right now as Xaverian has completely dominated this football game. And it's just going to be a little toss. There's a lot of room out there. And he's going to go into the end zone untouched.
Touchdown Hawks. Luke Bell.
Let's look at it right here. That's you don't mind losing.
Another Xaverian player going in the end zone untouched.
You don't mind losing, but that's just, we look at it right here. Look at the toss right here. And really, that's just not good football from the Boxers. So the extra point is Xaverian's up 27-0 as Luke Bell will be for the extra point. The snap is down. The kick is good. So we're here at the 3-minute and 27-second mark of the second quarter. Xaverian has added 2 more touchdowns here in the second half as they've completely dominated the Brockton on both sides of the football, and they lead 28-0.
Yeah, you look at the faces of Xaverian, a lot of smiles in their face. Going their way right now and looking towards the Brockton sideline, a lot of heads down, and 28-0.
So Brockton's going to get the ball back. Jared Mighty's going to be the deep man as the Boxers try to get something going here. And it's going to be another squib kick. Let's see what Brockton does. And they do call the fair catch that time. Casey Rose smartly on the fair catch as Brockton will take over.
I don't want to see that the kickoff before, but again, in defense to Casey, that ball did look like it was sailing out of bounds. Xaverian gets the lucky roll, and they convert.
So the Boxers coming out again. They have had some success throwing the ball, none on the ground without Turco. Jared Mighty comes in on the offense. Let's see what we have here. The Brockton band's getting ready. Still the best in New England. Semedo comes to the line of scrimmage, and right now you're going to have some younger guys out there. It's just a matter of continuing playing football, not quitting. You don't want to see your kids quit. As Shamir Williams comes out to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Well, 2 to the left, 2 to the right now that Jaden Los Ribero's in the slot. And it looks like Casey Rhodes. Oh, and that's Tyler, CJ Tyler back there. Semedo back time. He looks the ball over the middle.
Yeah, that's a hold, no call.
No call there. Looked like.
Yeah, number 7 holding. And then look at you're up 28 nothing. You gotta have to call them holds right there. He was clearly held by number 7 and no call. Refs have been good tonight. I will say that.
So Brockton does not get the call. There will be a 2nd and 10 on the errant pass from Semedo to Jaden Lopes Ribeiro. So the last thing Brockton wants to do is give Xaverian the ball back once again. They've had 1 punt tonight on 2 drop passes. So the Boxers come out. It looks like CJ Tyler's the lone back. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Jared Mighty. And it's going to go to CJ. He jumps up the middle, and he keeps those legs moving for a gain of maybe 2 yards. As the Boxers.
Xaverian's going to call a timeout. They want to score more points.
Coach Alfanaro not taking the foot off the gas tonight.
And Jace Montgomery providing on the tackle.
As they will try to get the ball back to go up another score here before the end of the first half. So if you're Coach Silva, what are you talking about with your kids right now? Pride? Not quit? What are you talking about?
Listen,
Some of these kids
try to get a first down and score 7 points before the half.
Season's not over. First of all, the season's not over. You're going to play then you have a non-playoff game. Then you're going to play Bridgewater Raynham with a chance to, beat your crosstown rival or cross the border rival, Bridgewater Raynham, with a chance to possibly have a winning record.
Right.
It starts here tonight by not quitting in this game. So let's see on 3rd down what the Boxers have. They gained a few yards there. They've had 1 4th down conversion, 1 3rd down conversion. Other than that, Xaverian has been dominant on both sides of the football. So the Boxers are going to come right out to the line of scrimmage. We're going to give Tyler his longest run of the yard of 4 yards right there. So maybe 3, 3rd and 7 for the Boxers.
It looks like Xaverian showing blitz.
Semedo's back. He has time. He looks. He throws over the middle. And that is just an errant throw that's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, and so Semedo took an absolute shot. Again, it looked like a hit high to that. No call. And that's the interception. I would like to see that replay because he took a shot up high. And again, no call.
Right here.
Let's see here.
That's a good hit.
Yeah.
No, that's a good hit. That's not a penalty. He hit him in the chest. That's clean play. So he did hit his head when he went down, but he hit him in the chest. It's a clean play. The interception will give Xaverian the ball back at the 3-minute 6-second mark. They are up 28-0 as Brockton, once again, their first half, Orlando, of not coming out and playing
that was a nice
football.
spin move that time to get to Semedo. Took a shot, got right back up.
So Will Wood will be in the pistol with 2 backs this time. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Wood's going to have time. He's going to throw. He throws it over the middle. It's
nice
completed.
pass.
And that's just going to be a pitch and catch for almost 30 yards as the Boxers do make the tackle. Jaden Wooten will be on the tackle.
Brought down to 31.
You're seeing Xaverian just unloading First downs after first downs, touchdowns after touchdowns. Right now, Brockton is not doing anything to stop them.
So the long first down play for Xaverian. Yeah, we're under 3 minutes of the second half. They look like they are going to go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the lone back. That is Musa. He runs an option. It looks like he's going to have room. He breaks another arm tackle.
It's going to be a holding on Xaverian.
Looks like Nathan Jean Philippe was there, but it was held.
Flag on the play.
And the hold will send Xaverian back 10 yards. So Xaverian will have a first down and probably 15, as that play was 5 yards down the field before the hold was called.
After the penalty, the ball's at the 36-yard line.
So
First
Wood,
and 16.
really impressive sophomore quarterback. Xaverian's got a good one. Extremely athletic, makes good decisions, accurate with the football. Another in the long line of great Xaverian quarterbacks.
He looks outstanding right now. Only a sophomore.
So let's see what Xaverian has. First down at 15. The clock is moving. Wood is back. Not a lot of pressure. Steps up.
Got a lot of room around.
He's going to throw the ball across the field. And if he kept running, he had a lot of room.
He hasn't made bad decisions tonight, but that time, if he ran, he would have had a lot of yards, maybe a touchdown.
So that's Ahmad Wiggins on the coverage. He was right there. And that will force a second down and 15 for the Hawks as the Boxers try to get off the field here and get into halftime to regroup.
Xaverian does get the ball to stop the second half as well. So,
well, we've had some games against them in the past years. There's been a running clock in the fourth quarter against them, right, Orlando? So Wood will remain in the pistol with 1 back, 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a handoff to number 10. Just too much space. And it's going to be an easy 7 yards before any contact for the Boxers.
The ball inside the 30, on near the 29-yard line.
So third down and about 8 for Xaverian. As we go under 1:40, as Xaverian looking to put their 5th touchdown of the first half up on the board.
I saw junior Bryce Todd coming in for a boost, doing his thing too.
So Todd will remain in the game. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It seems like a passing for down, but they have gained a ton of yards on the ground. They fumble the ball. Let's see if Brockton gets it. And Brockton is fortunate right there.
They recovered it.
That they recover the fumble. So a break for the Boxers. And Brockton with 1:07 left will get the ball back. As Xaverian's first mistake of the night.
Yeah, they can't capitalize off the interception. Looks like it was a miscommunication between Todd and Wood that time, and Brockton gets a little break.
So Brockton, after the fumble, will take over at their own 33-yard line. 1:07 left. Seems like it's a passing down, all 3 Orlando. But we'll see if they just try to get into the locker rooms, only down by 4.
Yeah, Semedo showing toughness after taking that hit, right back out there.
He's been their best player tonight.
Tough kid, tell you that.
Semedo's in the pistol with 4 receivers. He's back. He has time. He looks, and he just held on to it a little bit too long, and there was no one open. Brockton just running.
Yeah, you're sending 5 guys deep.
Down the field.
These patterns is like.
You got to throw the ball. You got to.
You can't have 5 guys going long and then nothing underneath.
That 4th down thrower, they faked it and they ran the Jaden Lobster off the field to take the safety, and the post little route by Jared Mighty was a terrific call, but just can't throw the guys 30 yards down the field and expect to keep
one underneath
the Xaverian defensive end and linebackers off of Semedo. So the loss of 7, as Brockton seemingly will try to get this into the locker rooms, only down by 4 scores.
Xaverian look like they're in no hurry as well.
Could be the last play of the half. And it's going to be an inside handoff to Tyler. and he tries to keep his feet moving. And that looks like it will be the last play of the first half. So, Orlando, at the end of 2 quarters at the Hawk Bowl, Xaverian 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. They lead the Boxers 28-0.
Well, your Coach Silver, you got to go back to the locker room. Obviously, you play 4 quarters. You don't play 2. But Xaverian does get the ball back to start the second half. Brockton's got a lot of talking to do going into the locker room.
See you at the end of the half.
The cheerleaders from Brockton Academy. And up next, a performance from the Brockton High School Marching Band.
Massachusetts. Tonight, Brockton Community Access. Leo Genatasio, along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo, the postman Mike Simmons, Curtis Reese on the productions. Orlando, a first half that we've seen far too many times the past few times Brockton and Xaverian have faced each other. Complete domination on both sides of the ball, physically, mentally, skill-wise. They've just been the better team.
Absolutely dominant performance by Xaverian. We're seeing why they're primed to win another state championship. Brockton, again, same old Brockton.
Inconsistent.
When you come here, a lot of mistakes, a lot of 3 and outs.
Well, me and you have talked about it a bunch of times, Orlando. The slow starts from the boxes where they come out with penalties, just a lack of emotion. And to Coach Silver and the staff's credit, they've come out most of the second halves playing physical, smart, creative football.
Well, you're going to have to get really, really, really creative. Down 28-0 here.
Well, this is a game where you're not probably going to win the game unless a complete collapse happens, which is not going to happen in high school football. But what you want to see is something from your younger guys. You want to see guys that are physical, guys that are not shying away from contact, guys that just want to go out there and play football.
Right, and I hate to say if we had Luke Turco, we had a fan just ask what happened to Luke Turco. It's a big loss.
I don't think he makes a difference. I think he helps, but then he's not changing the score of this game. Brockton's still going to be down.
I'm looking at certain plays where, let's say, Wood has broken out for tackles. Luke will come up and make that tackle.
Maybe.
So
Xaverian early had 2 touchdown drives of 35 and 34 yards. Musa run and a Wood touchdown pass made it 14-0. Brockton did have a 70-yard pass from Marcio Semedo to Shamir Williams. They got it down as far as the Xaverian 10 on 4th down and 6. They tried a field goal that was shy. Xaverian, from that point on in the second quarter, scored 2 more touchdowns. Wood on an option, and then another touchdown rub from Xaverian. Brockton was quick to get into the locker room to, stop the bleeding, but back out the second half. Again, we just want to see some kids that want to go out there and battle and play physical football.
Yeah. And to make matters worse, Xaverian's going to get the ball to start the second half.
So it looks like Danny DePina will kick, and deep will be Musa, and it is going to go to number 1 from Xaverian, Dave Chivagato. And he looks like he can get outside. He does. He makes a man miss. He gets upfield, showing great speed, and a good tackle by number 19, Shamir Williams, as Brockton special teams once again lets them down.
Yeah, not what you want. Xaverian deep in Brockton's territory and keeps on pouring it on.
Well, the Brockton special teams, we've talked about it over the years. At times they're good, at times they're just simply not good. Not good enough in Division I high school football. So the coverage that time was not good enough, and Chivagato returns it down to the Boxer 27-yard line. They'll come right out to the line of scrimmage in the eye, and it looks like Busa will be the deep back. It's going to be a handoff, and he jumps the outside. The defensive end left his spot, and he's just going to go into the end zone untouched. As Brockton, you think they'd make a change, but that is really inexcusable defense from the Boxers right there.
Yeah, big kick return. 1 play later, Busa into the end zone, and Xaverian is rolling right now.
Look at the defense right here. Everyone pitches to the inside. There's no outside backer there, and he makes one man miss, and he's in the end zone, and it's 34-0. 18 seconds into the second half as Luke Bell will go for the extra point, as Xaverian is really pouring it on here at the Hawk Bowl, as the outman Boxers. And the kick is going to be good. No good. So first break of the second half for the Boxers. The extra point's no good as the Boxers will get the ball back. And this is as bad. We talked about this here. I think the defense has been pretty solid this year. Tonight, Orlando.
Not good.
Just not good enough. Too many missed tackles, too many arm tackles, too many missed assignments. I know John Shelby is a terrific coach, and he has them ready to play, but he can't go out in the field and make the tackles for them.
All right, other action, Central Catholic up 14-7 on Weymouth. Needham Wow, 28-0. They scored all their 28 points in the first quarter of that game, and BC High still up on Andover. They pushed their lead up to 14-0. That's Division I, MIAA. And
So,
here it's
Luke,
34-0.
Luke Bell will kick. Looks like Jared Mighty's deep. They have got an onside kick, and they will kick the ball deep, and it looks like Mighty will get it around the 10-yard line. He sits right up the middle. He has space, and he makes a good run. And that's a good, tough run by Jared, as he will get the ball to about the 27-yard line.
Jared Mighty, only a junior.
So the Boxers will come out down by 5 touchdowns. Marcio Semedo, the sophomore quarterback, had some positive moments in the first half. A couple nice completions, including a 4th down conversion. He's had an interception where the ball just simply got out of his hand. Not the way he wanted it. The ball sailed on him, and it was intercepted. As the Boxers will come out, let's see if they try to establish something here. The receivers will be Jaden Lotz-Ribeiro, and it looks like Mighty. And that ball's going to go to Ty. And that's just another dead ball foul on the offense. And they've had just simply way too many of them this season. And after coming out at halftime, Orlando, where you're down by 4 touchdowns, I mean, just really inexcusable stuff.
Very unexcusable, and again, pre-snap penalties.
So nothing going Brockton's way. Semedo talking over to Coach Silva. It will be 1st and 15 for the Boxers as the balls move back down to, looks like the 22.5, 23-yard line. As we're just under the beginning of the second half, Xaverian got the opening kick, long return, touchdown run untouched, and they're up 34-0. Semedo in the pistol, he fakes. It's going to be a little screen pass over to Shamir Williams. Makes a man miss, gets upfield, and that's a nice gain for the Boxers. As it looks like that is Shamir Williams.
Shamir Williams had that big catch in the first half, and nice move there. And Brockton in a manageable second down coming up.
So the 13-yard gain for the Boxers will make it a 2nd and 2 as Semedo, as Brockton does huddle. You like to see some of these senior offensive linemen really establish themselves this half. They had their manhood checked in the first half by Xaverian's defensive line and linebackers. So Brockton's in the eye. And the ball's going to go to Tyler, and there's nothing doing. Nothing doing. So number 31, Funk, was in the backfield.
That man Funk.
In the backfield, untouched. Nowhere to go for Tyler. And the loss of about a yard and a half will push that ball back to a 3rd down and let's say 3.5, 4, as the Boxers unable to keep the momentum going after that 13-yard gain.
Again, sophomore running back Tyler had nowhere to go. Gets the ball, and there's a guy right in his face, and a loss there about 2 yards.
So Semedo, as Brockton huddles. We'll see the senior Christian Flaherty, who's been effective as a fullback this season. And we're going to get an official timeout as the ball's moved back. Just to add a little insult to injury, the ball's moved back another half a yard. So the Boxers lose.
Matters, but okay.
The Boxers lose a half a yard. And the ball will go to Tylen as Casey Rhodes, and the offensive line has just been completely manhandled by Xaverian tonight. As on a 3rd and 3, Brockton not throwing the ball. The only thing they've really been successful at, they hand the ball right off.
Again.
You're
lining up old school, and you're running the ball, and that running game's been ineffective. And on 3rd down, and you're telling the kids not to give up, but the coach can't give up either.
Orlando, they haven't been under center most of the season tonight. They've been under center more tonight than they have the whole season combined. Just getting out of the offense they've been in the entire season. So the snap will go to DePina. It's a good one. Danny makes a kick that goes off the side of his foot, and that's going to be great field position for the Hawks. And they will take over at the Brockton 47-yard lines as the night of misery continues for the Boxers.
And we'll see what Xaverian does now. It looks like their first unit's going to come out, probably for another series.
As Xaverian will take over in Brockton territory, the Brockton defense, really unfortunate performance tonight after a pretty good season. But like we talked about, Orlando, the season is not over. You could still play for a winning season, and more importantly, beat Bridgewater Raynham. Well, it's like after tonight's performance, it's going to be a tall task. But if Brockton wants to beat them, they got to continue to play.
Right.
So the Hawks will come in. We'll see a new running back. That's going to be, that's going to be Busa continues. Wood is under center. And it's going to be a little toss to the motion man. He jumps outside, number 1, and he gains a ton of yards.
Yeah, look at him. It's another player for Xaverian that just runs hard. He runs like he's mad.
Dave Chivagato on the 8-yard carry. Looks like Brockton, 9 yards. Looked like Brockton had a chance to make that tackle, but Chivagato strong enough to break the tackle. As the Boxers now looking at a 2nd and 1 defensively.
Chivagato, only a junior.
Down by 34 points tonight as the little drizzle picks up. As we will see Wood in the pistol with Busa, the lone back, trips to the left. And Busa gets the ball. And just too many missed tackles again. And he takes a cut. And just really unfortunate defense for Brockton right there. But give Busa credit. He made a man miss in the Brockton secondary. Just standing around. Too many arm tackles. As we see it right here. Let's look, Orlando. Missed tackle, missing an assignment. Good tackling by Xaverian. And really untouched again. There have been a lot of untouched touchdowns tonight for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looks like the rain's starting to come, and it's also raining a lot of points here in Westwood.
Luke Bell on the extra point. This is down, and the kick is good. So at the 7-minute and 55-second mark of the third quarter, Brockton is down 41-0. A real chance if anyone gets to the 60-point tomorrow. I don't think anyone's ever scored 60 against Brockton, Orlando. If they want to, they will tonight.
Oh, it certainly will.
Brockton's certainly not doing anything to say we're going to stop you.
It's a machine right now, and obviously the level of competition right here is not balanced.
So the Hawks about to kick. Brockton, special teams looking at each other. Not exuding a lot of confidence out there. As Jared Mighty will be the deep man, along with Tyler, and Casey Rhodes is up with Shamir Williams too.
Here's Xaverian.
Luke Bell will kick it deep, and Jared Mighty catches it. He has the little room up the middle, makes a man miss, gets to the outside, and a good tackle by number 29. He actually led with his head. That was a dangerous tackle from Liam Coach.
Jared gets right back up. If there's Xaverian now for now, you're starting to plan now for the second round.
You don't want to get any injuries at this point.
So you want to stop planning for the, you do got a game next week.
They're trying to win. Yeah, they're trying to win a state championship. Yep. They're not. The last thing they want to do is lose any of their key players. They got a lot of good football players. This is a good. They've lost 3 games, Orlando.
They called that penalty. You were right, Leo. He led with the head.
So the 15-yard penalty give Brockton its best field position tonight, as that will move the ball to about the 44-yard line, as the Boxers
like Xaverian still has some starters out there.
Let's see if Brockton get on the board. We're at the 7-minute and 47-second mark. Leo Genatasio along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese on the production, Brockton Community Access. You can catch us on the Brockton channels as we see the Brockton sidelines showing some emotion. I like to see it.
I got a score from CM. CM up 20-0 over Quincy.
So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tomatoes down. He'll throw a little screen pass, and it's dropped. Shamir Williams He's had a couple good plays tonight, but that one hit him right in the hands.
Yep, could have had some yards there. It was set up nicely.
So the 2nd down and 10 for the Boxers at midfield.
Looked like the Xaverian defender shot up there, but if he caught that, he could have juked him, possibly had about 10 yards.
So Lopes Ribeiro is going to head off the field. We will see, looks like number 26, Casey Rhodes, coming on. He's been lined up in the slot. They've used him in a couple different spots tonight. We also see number 38, Jaden Salesman, the senior, who hasn't seen a lot of action this year. A lot of undersized Boxer backs. Hope to see those guys in the weight room. They all got a little bit of skill, but they're going to have to get bigger next year. They all hopefully will gain a year of maturity. So trips to the left, one to the right. And that ball is going to go to a jump cut to Salesman. And there's nothing there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing there.
The run game is just hasn't been there at all.
Xaverian has completely manhandled the Brockton front 5 tonight.
I don't think Brockton's had
1 4-yard gain by
that's it.
Tyler. Other than that, the Xaverian linebackers and defensive tackles have really done a remarkable job tonight, as Xaverian has thoroughly been the better football team on both sides of the ball. Again, they lead this series 23 wins to 15 over the Boxers. One of the few that Brockton does not have a winning record against.
I believe it might be 24 to 15.
Well, I'm not counting the 1960. I'm talking since the game started up in 88. So 23-15 since the revitalization of the rivalry in 1988. Right. So we're under 7 minutes. 3rd down and 12 for the Boxers. Semedo's back. He's back. He has time. And he's going to... Yeah, he's got to get rid of that ball. So the sack, or maybe it'll be a gain of 1 on the carry, as Xaverian is led by number 57.
Nothing short across the middle. You got 2 guys going deep.
Peter Mateos on the tackle. As the Boxers will give the ball right back to Xaverian. As, let's see. Yeah, the clock is still going.
Looks like Jared's is going to go back and punt here. There's always a threat of a fake.
Well, down by 6 touchdowns. Everything's open right now. We'll be back next week with the Brockton. Should have a home game, a non-playoff game. Brockton Community Access. We will be there to cover it, and hopefully we'll get another better version. It's another long snap, high snap, and a good recovery by Jared Mighty. It's going to be a good kick. It's going to bounce, be a good Brockton bounce. And that's going to go down to the 12-yard line as Jared Mighty, one of the best plays tonight for the Boxers.
The 11-yard line crosses out of bounds. Hawks will take over 1st and 10.
So we're looking at the Xaverian offense, and it looks like the starters are going to remain in.
So Alfanero is not taking the foot off the gas, as he has no problem keeping those starters in, up by 6 touchdowns. It's up by 6 touchdowns. So the Hawks here.
So, if you're Brockton, you're the Brockton coach, you kind of put this in your back pocket. You remember this, right?
Oh, you would hope.
Every dog got his day.
You would hope. Well, but you look back at years on it, people thought Alma Colombo did the same thing. So Wood will be in the pistol.
I don't know if he did that 41-0.
Well, when Alma Colombo did it, his backup running backs were all Division I running backs, so it wasn't like he was giving the ball to. So the run's going to be outside. He has a ton of room. He cuts it back inside. And just way too many missed tackles for the Boxers. That's Jaden Seal will make the defensive tackle. Will make that tackle 10 yards down the field. As we are 1 point away from a running clock, which will be something that the Boxers will probably look forward to get on the buses and get home to Brockton and get ready for next week's football game. So, 1st down run for Xaverian. As Brockton, once again, has been thoroughly outmanned. But, the emotion just hasn't been there for a playoff game. Woods in the pistol. Boose is the lone back. And it's just a simple handoff. It goes to number 10. And he looked like he almost fumbled that. But he gains 9 yards before anyone is there to make the tackle. And that's Ahmad Wiggins. As we go into 5 minutes of the Third quarter, as Xaverian, just little dive plays right here before there's any contact. They're just gaining way too many yards. The Brockton defensive line just completely being dominated. Like, this is something I haven't seen in a long time.
Comes in the game and taking over for Boosa, and he's not missing a beat.
They have talent on top of talent, Xaverian. They are a well-oiled machine. Their coaching is superb, and they're looking to defend their state championship. Yeah. So Wood's in the pistol, the lone back. Wood keeps it, and let's see what Mighty does. He's there, and he misses. He does. He stops it. As the Brockton defensive ends have just not made the right decision tonight in any of those plays. They're all pinching in. They should be remaining outside, keeping leverage, and they're just giving away. The option play has just been a headache for the Boxers tonight. They just have no answer for it. Xaverian has scored 2 touchdowns in each quarter tonight. Brockton has had the ball as far down as the 11-yard line. Wood will be in the pistol with one back, 2 receivers to the right. And it's going to be a simple handoff up the middle. And it's a good tackle by the Boxers. And that's Uriel Maybe, the sophomore.
Kind of awkward there. Hope he's all right. This is the thing you risk, having the starters up in the game, 41-0. Got to be careful here. Comes out the game, Todd.
So the no gain for Xaverian as we go under 3 minutes of the third quarter. Leo Genatasio along with Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman, Simmons, Curtis Reese on the productions. Brockton Community Access catches on the Brockton Channels. We will be tomorrow for the Brockton soccer game. We will not be live, but catch it on the replay as the Boxers take on Franklin at Marciano. Good handoff right there, and that's a nice run by number 9. I believe that's the Brockton resident there.
Yeah, Cal.
Yeah.
Celestine.
Ball carrier number 9,
Kyle Celestin, who is a Brockton resident. He gained 9 yards, 10 yards. As the Brockton linebackers have just had their worst night of the year tonight. They've been good all season.
Bad game to have your worst night of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Franklin and Methuen, 7-7. That's a good game. Division I.
This is going to come down to Xaverian, St. John's, BCI, and Springfield, right, Orlando? So they remain in the pistol. Celestin's the back. He gets the ball. As he jumps up, makes a good cut, and there's a nice tackle after about a 5-yard gain.
Celestin with the carry.
As his older brother was part of the Xaverian State Championship team, Greg Celestin, last year, a good lineman for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looks like a good running back as well. Not missing a beat.
So we're under 2 minutes of a 6-score game. Wood gets the call from the Xaverian sidelines. Again, Xaverian with their starters in the game, up by 6 touchdowns. Celestin remains the back along with Wood. And it's going to be a little toss play to the outside. The Brockton defensive end, once again, no defensive ends over there.
It's too easy.
Been no adjustments with that tonight. Just 10, 11 yards before any contact.
The play looks good before it's even ran.
Yeah,
there's a lot of open space. It just looks good before the plays even ran.
And let's give credit to the Xaverian offensive line. They are terrific. They're manhandling Brockton up front.
Brockton does have, sophomore in there. Also, a lot of sophomores out there.
Xaverian's got a lot of underclassmen playing in the offensive line as well. So the Hawks come out on first down at the 30. Celestin remains the back. It's going to be a little handoff inside and more arm tackles, just way too many of them. As Celestin moves his legs.
Still moving.
As Brockton has too many grabbing of the shirts and not enough tackling. As Philippe started the tackle there, but the first down, 10-yard run for Xaverian.
Looks like Xaverian's going to take this to the fourth quarter.
So as we run this third quarter out, Xaverian with 2 more scores. 2 touchdown runs by Busa has allowed Xaverian to grow this lead to 6 scores at the end of 3 quarters in the Division I playoff. Xaverian Hawks 41, the Brockton Boxers 0. So back here at the Hawk Bowl, it's Xaverian High School. Division I playoff between the 3rd seed Xaverian Hawks and the 14th seed Brockton Boxers has been a one-man show, one-team show, as Xaverian has completely dominated the football game. They're up 41-0. 2 touchdowns each quarter, Orlando.
Yeah, and the beat goes on, and they're in position again to score yet again.
So the Hawks will come out, and it looks like a offset eye, as Celestin will be the deep back behind him. First down, and there's the throw, and another missed tackle by the Boxers. But nice job.
Oh,
and it's going to be a fumble. It's Jared Mighty. If he gets caught, that's a great run by Jared Kitts, and there's going to be a flag on the other side of the field as Mighty. There's a flag over here. I don't know what the call is going to be, but it looked like Celestin fumbled. Mighty picked it up, and it was a great job by Xaverian, number 2, from kicking the angle right there and stopping the touchdown.
Now that's the quarterback.
Will Wood, the quarterback. What a play.
You see it here. He just took it right from him. Mighty was able to pick it up.
Interference on the defense.
So the sideline interference call was on Xaverian. Brockton will get the fumble and return it. The Jared Mighty returns, and we see it here. He got that ball, got down the sideline, and the quarterback, Will Wood, did a terrific job of angling off Mighty from being able to cut back. And let's see if Brockton can get in the end zone.
That's what we're talking about, right? You see it. Your team is up 41-0. Still, you're hustling to make that.
The quarterback didn't give up on the play.
You got to give Wood credit for that.
He's in the football game. If he gets injured in that play, that's Xaverian's chance of winning a championship. So again, that's what the chances you take by having your starters in the game. So Brockton will come out. Looks like C.J. Tyler will be the back. Christian Flaherty, the senior fullback. As I'm surprised we're not seeing the other junior quarterback, Burks, in there. I've heard some good things about him, Orlando. Maybe give him a shot here. But Brockton wants to get on the scoreboard. They are first and goal at the Xaverian 8. Let's see. Brockton looks like they are under center again. Something they haven't done all season. And it's going to be a ball to Tyler. He's got a little bit of room that time. And that's a good little run.
Sophomore.
He gets 6 yards. The Brockton offensive line that time really did a nice job of pushing Xaverian back. And I do see some of the Xaverian starting defensive tackles out in the football field.
Well, they're coming out. 2 of them are coming out right now. So they did have him in there, Funk. He was part of that play.
So the Boxers, second and goal at the 3 as they try to get on the scoreboard. Down by 6 touchdowns. Christian Flaherty remains the fullback. And it's going to be another handoff to Tyler, and they knew that was coming. So Xaverian's not going to get fooled by that 2 plays in a row.
Well, he did fumble the ball, Leo. And
nice job by, it looked like Semedo actually got the fumble.
Number 58 for Brockton recovered that.
So the loss of 1 yard will get Brockton to about a 3rd down and 4. Well, let's say 5. And let's see what Coach Silver and Coach Barrows come up with here, as I don't think that 2nd down play was fooling anyone. If they were going to try to run that ball, Xaverian was not going to give up any more yards. So again, Brockton without Luke Turco tonight.
Yeah, well, again, another sophomore recovered that fumble. Johnson for Brockton pounced right on it. 58.
So that's another underclassman, the sophomore class. Brockton's played a lot of them. They're under center again. Offset eye. Tyler the back. Semedo will give it to Tyler. Tyler jumps back inside, but there's really nowhere to go. That play is like a stretch run at the 5 yard line. There's just too much speed from that Xaverian linebacker core for that to fool anyone. So the Brockton will have a 4th down and 3. As Xaverian does see some changes here. Number 57, the starting defensive lineman, who's been really good for Xaverian tonight. I think that's Peter Mathias.
Giving some players
Really
some
good
time to
football
shine right now for Xaverian.
So the Boxers are going to call timeout at the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Xaverian is up 41-0. So they got the ball on the fumble, Orlando, and instead of, it's been successful tonight, a few throws, trying to run the football.
Yeah, again, head scratcher. You want to get on the board here. Might want to do something that has tampered you the whole night. Running the ball hasn't been there. That 6-yard run by Tyler 2 plays ago was the best run of the night for Brockton.
So they do have the running clock right now. Okay, so at this point of the football game, the clock will run. So Brockton hopefully will get one more possession after this as they are down.
Yeah, I see a lot of Xaverian starters shaking hands. Job well done. This is going to turn out very good for them. Obviously, they're going to focus on their second-round opponent.
Who do they play next?
We don't know that yet.
Good chance it could
whoever
be.
they play is, they got a lot to deal with.
They're a well-oiled machine right now. They remind me of the older Brockton teams who got better after every game. So 4th down, let's see if the Boxers, they've been under center tonight more times than they've been the entire year. So, again, coming out of a timeout, not in the right formation.
We've seen that a lot this year.
Semedo
Unbelievable.
in the pistol. He's back, he's had time, he throws, and it's a touchdown. Jared Mighty. So Brockton gets on the scoreboard as Marcio Semedo, showing nice poise in the pocket, will throw his 5th touchdown pass of the season to Jared Mighty.
Yeah, they give you a little glimpse of what's going to happen next year. The sophomore to the junior, Jared Mighty, as you see here.
See it right here, a good fake and
nice fake, good pass.
a nice route by Mighty.
Brockton gets on the board.
So Danny DePino will be on for the extra point. Oh, and Brockton's going to go for 2. No sense of kicking the extra point. Yeah, you work on your 2-point plays. As the clock is running, Brockton has made this a 41-6 game. Again, we will be home next week for a non-playoff game. We don't know who it is yet. And we'll be joined along with the Bridgewater crew on Thanksgiving Day as the Boxers and the Trojans, as Brockton tries to make it 5 out of 6 against Bridgewater, Orlando.
Wow.
I know you like that.
Love that.
Orlando likes beating Bridgewater. So in the pistol for the 2-point conversion. And Semedo has time. It's a quick pass. And that looked like it was a holding, but I don't think we're going to get the call.
You ain't going to get that call right now.
And that was intended to Alon Hart, number 2, the senior. It was a nice throw, but Alon Hart had a battle through that contact and was unable to. So the Boxers will kick at the under 6 minutes as the clock is running here at the Hawk Bowl.
Too familiar being down here and looking at that scoreboard.
So
history does repeat itself.
We did win here a few years ago with Amik Watterson, right, Orlando? We beat him 45. I remember that game. We beat him by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was a good football. 2019, was it? The year before, the COVID year? Brockton came in here and really did a number on Xaverian. But since then, Xaverian has really dominated Brockton. Of course, they played 4 times in the playoffs. Brockton 2-0 in the Super Bowls. Xaverian 2-0 in the playoff games.
Brockton's going to try an onside kick here.
I like it. And they do
looks
it.
like they recovered it.
No, Xaverian's got it.
Wow.
So the onside kick from Brockton is not going to be successful as Xaverian is able to recover the ball. And let's see if Alfanero doesn't like that and tries to score again. So the attempted onside kick by the Boxers is unsuccessful. As Xaverian, let's see if they throw in the second string as the clock is running in a 41-6 game.
Looks like Wood is done for the night. He has the clipboard in his hands, and
Orlando,
what a good game he had tonight.
What is your favorite Brockton Xaverian memory?
Well, it's not going to be tonight, I'll tell you that. Maybe Peter Harris.
The 400 yards, 1994.
Yeah, that probably is it right
So
there.
in
Super Bowl.
1994, Tim Hasselbeck threw 5 touchdowns here at the Hawk Bowl, but Peter Harris rushed 32 times for 400 yards as Brockton beat Xaverian 31-29 in one of the most memorable high school football games of the past 40 years. So Wood does remain. Is that Wood in the game? He's still in the, no, it's a backup. And it's a little toss play to the outside. And again, zero contact, zero defense from Brockton. She's just bad defense from the boxes as Xaverian goes untouched 30 yards.
JB's getting a little action here. And
Brockton looks like they're playing flag football on defense right now.
Terrible.
Just really unfortunate defense.
If you're going into next week, if you're going to next year,
a lot of changes this week.
You gotta start practicing tackling, because take this film and show it to future Brockton teams, because this is not good.
Just the lack of tackling, the lack of physicalness has got to be alarming 9 games into the season for Coach Silva. So it's just going to be another toss play to the outside. And he's going to go, runs him over, and he'll get stopped at about the 1. The Xaverian up front, they are a terrific tackler, blocking team. As every toss play, every option run has gone 10, 12 yards before contact.
We'll see what Xaverian does. You figured 2 minutes left, you see a knee, right?
No knees from Alfanaro tonight. He's going to score points. He didn't like that onside kick. So number 12 will be Shane Barry, the junior quarterback. And number 3 will be Killian Devlin, the senior running back, as they're trying to get him a touchdown and possibly maybe his last carry of the season, as Xaverian's got to hit into stiffer competition later on in the playoffs. As we are under...
It looks like this Xaverian's going to take a knee. This is...
Well, we'll see.
Smart. This one you think Al's going to run it up, huh?
So let's see. They are in victory formation. And they do. They'll take the knee. So, here at the Hawk Bowl, we are going to be closing in on the end of this game. Xaverian was up 28-0 at halftime. They added 2 more scores in the second half. Brockton was able to return a fumble. Jared Mighty had scored on 4th down. But Orlando, this is a game that's been completely dominated on both sides of the football by Xaverian.
One-sided, again, like you said, complete dominance. They showed today, again, I keep saying this, why they're the state championship and why they're a championship contender. And, man, whoever plays this team, they better be ready, because Xaverian looks like a very, very, very powerful and good team. And they're ready for another championship here in Westwood.
Coach Alfanaro has himself a well-oiled machine heading into the second round of the playoffs, led by an option quarterback. Will Wood is about as good as a quarterback I've seen in the past few years.
He looks good.
They're loaded at running back. They're good up front. They're physical at linebacker. This is a football team that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, one of the best programs in the state.
If not the best.
Hawks. And for Brockton, what do? You got to move forward.
Can't quit.
You know, you can't quit.
You can't quit.
You got a non-playoff coming up, and then you got
Bridgewater Raynham
on Thanksgiving. So.
And let me tell you something. Bridgewater Raynham is not going to lie down. They're going to come out ready to play this year. And if Brockton plays like they did tonight, they're going to lose by 4 touchdowns again on Thanksgiving Day.
Let's make no mistake. Bridgewater Raynham might be a very good team. So that's another team you're going to play that's very good. They're well coached, as we know. A coaching change there. But Brockton's going to have to think about this one tonight.
So wrapping it up here at the Hawk Bowl in Westwood, Massachusetts. Xaverian is going to win this game 41-6. They're going to move on in the playoffs. Brockton will have a non-playoff game next week and then finish out their 2024 campaign on Thanksgiving Day at Marciano Stadium against Bridgewater Raynham. So, Leo Genatasio, along with the legend Orlando Galveo, the postman Mike Simmons, and Curtis Reese, we'll see you next week. Good night.
Good night, everybody.